a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. 2018 Ryder Cup. The 42nd Ryder Cup matches were held in France from 28 to 30 September 2018 on the Albatros course of Le Golf National in Guyancourt, a suburb southwest of Paris. It was the second Ryder Cup to be held in Continental Europe. After the 1997 contest, which was held in Spain, the United States were the defending champions, but had lost the last 5 matches in Europe, having last won there in 1993. Europe regained the Ryder Cup, winning by 17.5 points to 10.5. Format. The Ryder Cup is a match play event, with each match worth 1 point. The competition format was as follows: on the first 2 days there were 4 four-ball matches in the morning and 4 foursome matches in the afternoon. With a total of 28 points available, 14.5 points were required to win the cup, and 14 points were required for the defending champion, the United States, to retain the cup. All matches were played to a maximum of 18 holes. Bidding for the 2018 Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup Europe confirmed originally 6 countries: France, Germany, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain and Sweden, to be interested in bidding for the 2018 Ryder Cup. The deadline for the submission of bids was set for the 30th of April 2010. Sweden withdrew from the bidding early that month, while the Spanish bidding host city of Tres Cantos showed poor popular support. There were 5 bids to host the event. France was announced as host on the 17th of May 2011, despite calls for the cup to be held in Spain as a tribute to the late Cefe Ballesteros. Europe. The European team qualification rules were announced on the 18th of January 2017. There were a number of changes compared to 2016, with an increase in the number of captains' picks from 3 to 4. The team consisted of membership criteria for the European Tour were reduced from 5 tournaments to 4 for the 2018 season, as in previous Ryder Cups. All players had to be members of the European Tour to be eligible to play for Europe. Changes were also made to the eligibility of future captains and vice-captains. Paul Casey became a member of the European Tour at the start of 2018. Since he was not a member during 2017, he did not earn points until the start of 2018. The leading 15 players in the final Ryder Cup European point list were: players in qualifying places are shown in green. The leading 15 players in the final Ryder Cup World point list were: players in qualifying places are shown in green. Captains' picks are shown in yellow. Players written in italics qualified through the European points list above. United States. The United States qualification rules were announced on the 8th of February 2017. The majority of the team were selected from the Ryder Cup points list, which was based on prize money won in important tournaments. Generally, 1 point was awarded for every $1,000 earned. The team consisted of: the qualification rules were similar to those used for the 2016 Ryder Cup. The points given for the 2018 season major championships were reduced from double to 50% extra. The dates on which the captains' picks were made were brought forward by 1 or 2 weeks. The leading 15 players in the final points list after the final qualifying event, the 2018 PGA Championship, were: players in qualifying places are shown in green. Captains' picks are shown in yellow. Captains. Thomas Bjorn was named as the European captain on the 6th of December 2016. He was chosen by a 5-man panel made up of the 3 most recent European Ryder Cup captains: the chief executive of the European Tour, Keith Pelley, and European Tour Tournament Committee member Henrik Stenson. Jim Furyk was named as the USA captain on the 11th of January 2017. Vice-captains. Each captain selected a number of vice-captains to assist him during the tournament. Bjorn selected Robert Karlsson as his first vice-captain in May 2017. In May 2018 he selected 4 more vice-captains: Luke Donald, Padraig Harrington, Graham McDowell and Lee Westwood. Raphael Jacquelin was also on hand for the Europeans, as an assistant. Furyk named Davis Love III as a vice-captain, soon after his appointment in January 2017. He later added Steve Stricker and Tiger Woods in February 2018. On the 4th of September 2018, Furyk named David Duval, Zach Johnson, and Matt Kuchar as additional vice-captains. Tiger Woods, who had previously been named a vice-captain, would no longer serve in this position as he was chosen to be one of Furyk's captain's picks. Players. Thomas Bjorn announced the 4 captains' picks at 2 p.m. BST on the 5th of September. Captains' picks are shown in yellow. The world rankings and records are at the start of the 2018 Ryder Cup. Captains' picks are shown in yellow. Jim Furyk announced 3 captains' picks at 5 p.m. EDT on the 4th of September. The final captain's pick was announced on the 10th of September after the conclusion of the BMW Championship. The world rankings and records are at the start of the 2018 Ryder Cup. Morning fourballs. The opening round of 4 fourball matches started at 8:10 a.m. local time. Pairings were announced after the opening ceremony on Thursday. The first point of the 2018 Ryder Cup was won by Team USA, with Dustin Johnson and Ricky Fowler winning 4-2 against Rory McIlroy and Thorbjorn Olesen. Despite being 2 up with 6 holes to play, Jon Rahm and Justin Rose lost out to Brooks Koepka and Tony Finau on the 18th hole, while Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas also won by 1 against Paul Casey and Tyrrell Hatton, putting Team USA 3-0 ahead. A spectator struck by Koepka's drive on the 6th hole lost the sight in one eye. Coming back from 2 down, Tommy Fleetwood and Francesco Molinari defeated Tiger Woods and Patrick Reed 3-1 to secure Team Europe's first point of the tournament, and to end the first morning 3-1 in favor of Team USA. Afternoon foursomes. Europe's first clean sweep of the afternoon foursomes in the history of the Ryder Cup saw Team Europe end the day 5-3 ahead of Team USA. Sergio Garcia and Alex Noren won 5 and 4 over Phil Mickelson and Bryson DeChambeau. Rory McIlroy and Ian Poulter came from 2 down after the first 3 holes to beat Bubba Watson and Webb Simpson 4-2. Fleetwood and Molinari repeated their morning success with a 4-3 win over Spieth and Thomas, while Justin Rose and Henrik Stenson beat Dustin Johnson and Ricky Fowler 3-2. Morning fourballs. The Saturday fourballs saw Europe continue to dominate with wins for Garcia/McIlroy against Koepka and Finau, Casey/Hatton against Fowler/Johnson and Molinari/Fleetwood against Reed/Woods. Team USA secured their only point of the morning session with Thomas and Spieth defeating Poulter and Rahm 2-1, to leave the overall tournament at 8-4 in Team Europe's favour. Despite the strong performance, Team Europe captain Thomas Bjorn reiterated, "Nothing's won, we're just over the halfway stage. There's no bit happiness yet, Terry's still a determination and work to be done." Afternoon foursomes. The afternoon session was drawn 2-2. It saw Team Europe's Molinari and Fleetwood win for the 4th time, a European record in the Ryder Cup, this time 5-4 over Woods and DeChambeau. Team USA's Spieth and Thomas defeated Poulter and McIlroy 4-3, while Simpson and Watson's green play saw them defeat Europe's Garcia and Noren 3-2. The 4th pairing saw Rose and Stenson narrowly beat Johnson and Koepka 2-1 as a result of some good putting late in the round. Sunday's singles matches. The United States put their best players at the top of the card on Sunday, and despite the 4-point deficit threatened a comeback in the singles, as they won 3.5 points from the first 5 matches. Justin Thomas beat Rory McIlroy on the final hole as the latter's approach found the water, and Tony Finau defeated the previously unbeaten Tommy Fleetwood 6-4. However, from then on Europe dominated. winning the next 6 matches to lead 16.5 9.5. Guarantees of at least a half point each for Garcia and Stenson meant that victory was already assured before the 14.5-point winning post was officially reached when Phil Mickelson, already 3 holes down, found the water on the 16th hole and conceded the hole and match to Molinari, who became the first player for Europe to score what is now the maximum possible 5 points in a single Ryder Cup. The remaining 2 matches were shared between the teams, leaving the final score 17.5-10.5 to Europe. Sergio Garcia's singles win made him the all-time Ryder Cup points leader, with 25.5 points in 9 appearances, overtaking Nick Faldo's 25 points in 11 appearances. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?